Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't trying to go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban X Podcast. We're here with you guys in the building. We're your hosts. I'm Malcom. This is the artist formerly known as the Black Dot. We're here with you guys in the building on a Friday. What's good? What's good?
We had some technical difficulties last night. 12 hours, no power. On the hottest day of the summer. And it was deliberate. What I mean by that is Con Ed contacted us and said, we will be doing emergency repairs, so we're turning off your power. It wasn't like the power just went out and they were working hours to fix it. They turned it off, maybe to prevent something else. But when I tell you, it was brutal. Listen, I have a newfound respect for people who don't have AC. Who has to deal with that heat. See me, I went down to my vehicle, I grabbed a pillow, put the AC on, started reading Obar's book. You know, I made the most of it. And eventually we came back online, but we couldn't get a show done. And I mean hot, Malcolm. Burning.
Yeah.
Brutal. And one thing your dad don't do, I don't do heat or being uncomfortable. I
was worried about you. I'm not gonna lie.
I am humbly bougie. People know that.
Yeah.
I'm humble and
I
shit.
was worried. I'm like,
yeah. I started to go to one of them cooling centers and play bingo with all the old people and shit. You know, just be sitting around playing bingo and shit. Started to check myself into a hotel, because I had to go get my treatment in the morning. So I had all these things running, and then the power came back on, and makes you just appreciate. And this is a different sun than when we were kids. I went out and played all day as a kid, up and down the street, played ball, this, that. It wasn't that sun. No. I couldn't even afford AC as a child. I used to sleep on my fire escape on some nights just to get a breeze. But it was not, I repeat, it was not.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
In
my 33 years, I'm 32. That was the poorest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What?
You slept on your AC? I mean, you slept on your fire escape?
Yes. See, listen.
That was the brokest shit I ever heard in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Let me add context. This is gonna be important. Context. I lived on the first floor. Right?
Yeah.
So I had a full fire escape. There were no steps going down to the next floor. So
you slept outside on the fire escape.
Yeah.
No amount of context is gonna make that better.
Yeah, I slept on the fire escape, bro. Yeah. But anywho, your man is back, stronger than ever, ready to have a good show. Good show tonight, Malcolm.
We got some stuff to talk about, man. We got some stuff. So you want to just get into it?
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
But shout out to everybody, wherever you're watching. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the chat. We appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Shout out to the listeners, all right, who catch this later. Shout out to the replay watchers who catch this as well. But let's get into it. So the other day, the NBA was going nuts. This is like June 1st. July 1st, which is my son's birthday. He turned 6. Shout out to Noble.
Shout out. Hold on.
Yeah.
Shout out Noble.
Yeah.
6 years old.
6 years old.
Big time. And I heard his brother was being gangster with all of his toys.
He was wilding.
Because he don't know. He just like, it's some new toys here.
Yeah. So Jaylen Brown got traded to the Philadelphia 76ers for Paul George and a few draft picks. Now, this was like this was one of those trades. There's always one a year that kind of stops everything for people to go, wait, what the hell was that? Mm-hmm. And this was one of them. Not only did you trade him to a rival, you trade him to the team that just beat you guys, and then you trade him for Paul George and some picks. Like, you traded him like he was nobody, and then it comes at a point where like all of these stories are coming out about what anonymous executives feel about him. How do people really feel about him? And this is all coming out. And for a league that has a problem with young Black American players doing stupid shit, right? We try to look at we look at our players and we want them to just do better. Like, bro, come on. Like, you have an opportunity of a lifetime. Don't pull a gun out on camera. Don't gamble for thousands of dollars when you're making millions of dollars in your contract. Don't just do stupid stuff. Don't get that stripper pregnant. Like, don't do that.
Right.
But then you have somebody who is the antithesis of that, who is smart, who is known for being smart, and it feels like the league is trying to punish him for that. This is literally shut up and dribble right here. If I've never seen it, right? Yes. And it is just the wildest thing in the world. So it's when a player does something stupid, and then the team drops him or something like that, they kind of act like we could move on. We don't need you. We go, damn, they don't really care about our players. When a player is smart and he has a good head on his shoulders and he's not shy about it, they still want to humble you in the same way. So it's just kind of like, what do we do? You know what I mean? How do you win here? How do you even how do you get ahead at this point? This trade itself, I feel like the trade and what's happening afterwards, like all the ESPN, the sports podcast, the pundits, everybody has some anonymous source that is saying, we don't like this guy. He's too arrogant or so. You know what I mean? He thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, and maybe it's because he makes all this money. And then the undertone of him being a darker skinned dude.
Ooh, come on now. Come on with it.
Being rich, right? He is already rich, right? He is already a winner at that. So it's not like you can throw like you didn't even win no games. He is a winner, right? So it's like now you come at his intellect. When you can't really come at anything else, you come at his intellect. And that is the reason why teams don't want him. And then I'm seeing people now, execs, anonymous, again, execs are coming at his talent. Like, he's not even top 50 in the league. Like, we didn't even think he's that good when he carried the Boston Celtics this year. And I think it's wild. I think it's wild, man. It's really a sight to see. And I was fascinated by the entire thing. I'm just watching, you know what I mean? Just taking mental notes, but I'm watching.
Yeah. So what say me?
Yeah, what say you?
Rich nigga, poor nigga, house nigga, field nigga, still nigga. All right? Let me start by saying this. I was gonna do a whole hour and a half breakdown on this, but then I see Rich at Black Magic and Red Pill did over 2 hours on it, and Red Pill is an excellent journalist, and I'm pretty sure he covered. So I'll just hit some bullet points so we don't spend all day with it. I appreciate the points you made, all valid points. This is where it gets crazy. There are the way things should be, and then there are the way things really are, right? Everybody should be happy, successful, equal opportunities in the world, great, but the way things are is not that way. The reason I say this, Malcolm, is because we black people in general, we like to live in the realm of the way things should be. It's delusional. It gives us a lot of space to dream and create our own boom rooms. But in reality, the way things are, the reason we don't reside there as much as we should is because it forces us to take action to change something about us. This is a part of a humiliation ritual that they're running Jaylen Brown through. First of all, I know his uncle personally, peace out to Dice. He's been interviewed by KT, the Arch Degree. He's a part of our inner outer circle, among other things. I got an opportunity to talk to him before he went pro. Before he went to college. He was coming out of high school, and I immediately recognized his intelligence and his spirituality, right? So this is a deep individual, right? We talking about saging out the stadiums he in, and he knows who he is. Do you know who we hate the most in our community? This is keeping it real. We hate a know-all nigga, a nigga who know everything. We won't admit it, but we do. Or we hate a born-again Christian or a super hotepper who's got all the fucking answers. You ask this nigga a simple fucking question, and he gonna throw in Mars and conjunctions. And nigga, after a while, that shit gets annoying. We won't admit it, but it does. Especially when you're around a bunch of people who are low vibration individuals, Malcolm, right? So, when he came for his interview into the NBA, interviewing a few teams who might draft him, he showed up in a suit with a briefcase, right? Because he knew that this was about business. Kudos to him for that, right? But that's not the way things are here. So if I'm a teacher and I tell the class to line up one straight line, and I look down the line and the line looks good, and then there's Jaylen Brown standing out of the line. You know what I'm gonna say as a teacher? He's gonna be a problem. Even though he's choosing to stand on his own, technically it's his right to do so. But if he's just a student, and I've been doing this for 100 years, the NBA, right? I have all the leverage and power to determine how I'm going to deal with Mr. Smarty Pants. Now, again, the way things should be is even these white execs should celebrate this level of intelligence. They don't. They only want to know that you smart on the ball court, right? $40 million slave, $50 million slave. Remember, the concept of this is still have some remnants of slavery to it, right? You show up in your underwear. These motherfuckers got you running and jumping and lifting the same way on the plantation. The ones who could jump the fastest, lift the most, were the highly ranked slaves. Am I correct?
Right.
All right. So even though you're being compensated, this is where this money thing comes in, and you have to understand the science of it. This was a brilliant young man who could intern at NASA, 3-4 dimensional chess player, but highly melanated, right? A highly melanated nigga who thinks he's smart is dumb. I'm gonna say that again. A highly melanated nigga who think he's smart is dumb. In the realm and context of what he has been hired to do. I need y'all to walk with me for a minute. I need y'all to stay with me, because I'm not throwing shots at the God. I'm showing you the way things should be. With his intelligence, he don't need an agent to negotiate his deal. Now, they don't mind that so much if it's you. But when other field niggas, let's just call it what it is, start getting ideas that they too can do that, now you're messing up the financial ecosystem, which is for us to feed off the carcass of who you are before you get your money. I'm gonna preach tonight, right? You are drafted. We chose you to fill in this system, keep the system going, but we're gonna get you your agents, your trainers, your this, your that, the team, the taxes, America, United States, IRS. So if you sign a $300 million deal, you'll be lucky if you walk with 80 million, because the system is designed so that we can feed off your carcass. Now, if you choose the route, which is his right to do so, to say, slow down, I'm not gonna have you treating me the way you treat the rest of these people, because I'm not like them. And he's right, he's special. He's not like them. But a lot of times, the special ones are the ones who get targeted. Tell me I'm wrong, y'all. In school, things like that. So this is a system in place. He showed up in a suit. They did not like that, right? So what they did was they set his ass up. Follow me.
Okay.
They was up 3 games. First of all, he played the whole season with Jason Tatum on the bench, nursing an injury, and he played superb. He showed leadership, because we all had them pegged to be no higher than 6, right? So he does his thing. He gets them in position. Jason Tatum comes back right on time for the playoff run. I said, this is dangerous, because Jason Tatum is going to be healthy, and, they can make a run. They go up 3-1 on Philly. Looks like it's going to be a wrap. Jason Tatum plays the next 2 games, played phenomenal. They lose. So you know what they do for game 7? They bench Jason Tatum, right? Now you mean to tell me he could play all 6 games, but on the 7th game, you worried about his injury and this and that? No, because he could have even been a decoy out there, Malcolm. You know what I mean? Just clearing. And then that ain't even it. Joe Mazzulla, the NBA Coach of the Year, decided for the first time in his career to put a starting 5 out there that he had never used before in his whole goddamn career. Pay attention. Instead of listen, it's game 7. Guys, huddle up. Jason Tatum don't feel like he can go or whatever. The rest of you guys, you know what this is about. It's winning time. No, it's not what he did. He said, you, move. You, and you. You go out there with Jaylen Brown and y'all try to win the game. So they lose the game to the Philadelphia 76ers. he immediately, because he's an emotional dude, I can see that, right? He immediately runs to his Twitch or whatever, and he says, this was a really good year for me, man. And now, I'm going to stop right there. I immediately understood what he meant because I'm a reader and, analytics, and all of that. I like to analyze things. So I took it in context, right? But when you a smart nigga talking to dumb niggas, they don't understand. There's a bridge between here, context don't exist. We take sound bites, we run with the sound bites, and we create narratives. Also, Stephen A. Smith and them, they knew what he meant too. But what did they do? They took the sound bite and ran with that because they've been paid to do that. So now, Jaylen Brown is going, what the hell? That was a very simple, no. See, sometimes you're so smart that you're dumb. When I walk these streets of YouTube, Gad, you can come in at any time.
He even said something to that effect because he did a stream after he got traded, and he said the whole that he thinks he's smarter than everybody. He said the bar is low, and that reminds me of just kind of what we talk about here. Like you could just have decent common sense, but to the masses, you look like a damn genius because you're able to just put basic stuff together and think basic problems.
And he's right. What he was supposed to say, because I do this all the time on social media. Why do y'all think I'm always trying to walk things down in ABC? Because I don't even want goofies to misconstrue what I'm saying. He was supposed to say, due to the nature of the situation, teams counting us out. The team, we got together, we rallied, we fought, we showed what our worth was. And as a result, I thought this is one of my best years under the circumstances of not having Jason Tatum. You follow? You have to spend that extra 5 minutes because if you don't, and you a smart nigga, and you talking to dumb niggas, it's like you could forget about it. So Stephen A. Smith and all of them ran with that. Stephen A. Smith has been on the front line of the Jaylen Brown situation even before this. Because remember when Jaylen Brown and them, he finally won the MVP, they wanted to give that to Jason Tatum, but they couldn't. Hey, they kept, if it would have went one more game in the finals, I swear, and if Jason Tatum had put up 35, they would have gave it to him. They couldn't. They had to give it to this highly melanated, highly intelligent, highly spiritual brother who knows everything about himself and who he is. I'm going to reiterate, in the perfect world, the way things should be, we should be celebrating that. I am because we are. In the world we live in, who this nigga think he is? Niggas come home from jail, let's throw a party. Niggas come home from college, this nigga think he's smart. Especially when you use words that a lot of them don't understand, context. He's lecturing at colleges and all that. That should be a plus. Shut up and fucking dribble. So, internally, when you want to know about the unknown, you study the known. The word across the board is from executives, scouts, we don't really like this nigga. Look what happened to him. He didn't even make the Olympic team after winning the finals MVP.
Yeah, that was crazy.
They took 3 other players from his team. What does that say about him and how people see him? See, listen. How you see yourself in this world is very important. How other people see you may shock you, right? You'd be shocked and be like, damn, I thought. No, the whole time, we don't like your super hotep ass black dot. You think you fucking smart all the time. You got all these answers. You let me tell you, niggas used to start scattering when I showed up. Just on some old, because I'm gonna try to find, and watch this. I'm analytical by nature. So if you come to me with a problem, I'm already on my Rain Man shit. Not to show I'm better, to help you, but most people don't want your help, nigga. I just want you to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and listen, right? So if Jaylen Brown walks into a room, handsome, chiseled, black man, highly melanated, and he starts talking over people's heads, because most of these niggas really do need to shut up and dribble. Most of these niggas, right? So when it rubs people the wrong way, no different than the newly born again Christian. Nigga, and then, because I got a passage for that. Because Psalms book, nigga, we was just in the strip club wildin', nigga. I saw the shit you did to that chick. I saw it. Or the super fucking hotepper. These highly spiritual, advanced niggas who live home with their mother. Still live on the mother's couch. Got 4 baby moms and shit. But they can tell you the galactic conjunctions and shit. I got real issues. I don't want to hear all that shit. Right?
Yeah.
So you go through that in phases, and then when you realize that's not my duty to teach unless you really want, and then you allow your true self to come through, you might change it. So the way things should be, we should celebrate that. The way things are, we hate you niggas. You super smart. Now, he made a couple of other statements. He signed the biggest contract ever at the time. I believe it was at a Tuskegee event or something. I don't know, right?
Remember, we did his first interview about that.
He said something about recreating Black Wall Street. Now, even for a smart nigga, that was some dumb nigga shit, right? First of all, $300 million is not enough. Nigga, that shit can't even lay the concrete for a 50 block, a site where we're gonna start. So you misconstrued how much money you had. And then you use trigger words like Black Wall Street. That must mean you are gonna be in alignment with a bunch of other rich people like you to get this done. But lo and behold, you out there by yourself right now, right? They trade you to the team that's just beat you, a team that you just went in on their star player Embiid and called them the biggest flopper in the NBA. This is a part of a humiliation ritual. He played in Boston. You know the history of Boston, Malcolm. From Bill Russell on up. If you are part of their team, you are their nigga. Rich nigga, poor nigga, house nigga, field nigga, a faux nigga, real nigga, light nigga, dark nigga, still nigga. But you one of our niggas. If you play on the other team and you listen to the comments that them players say they gotta go through, so it is a highly racist place. On the other hand, we got Jason Tatum. Light skin, you could tell there's some slave masters in his bloodline, maybe not even too far, maybe 1 or 2 people up. He don't bother nobody, good house nigga, don't say nothing to nobody, comes through, plays. That's who we want the face to be. But we got this rebel rouser starting his own sneaker brand and shit, right? Those are things that we should say, and I'm laying this out because if I get a call from Jaylen, I want him to make sure he watch what I say first. In the world, the way things should be, that is astronomical. In the way things are, you fucking with old, rich, white people money. Now, watch this. Remember, Jaylen Brown was supposed to head Kanye West's sports management company, him and Sam Donaldson from the Los Angeles Rams. He was going to be the head guy. Huh?
I remember this. Yes.
Right.
I said I remember this. Yeah.
But as soon as Kanye started saying shit that he didn't lie, he spoke truth to power, Jaylen bounced on him in 30 seconds flat. Now, hold on, nigga. Hold on. Wait a minute, nigga. You can't have this shit both ways, nigga. Right?
Yeah.
Now you're a victim and people are mad at you because you're intelligent and all of this. But we had another intelligent nigga. Say what you want to say. Bright nigga, rich nigga, and creative nigga, still nigga, fighting for his truth.
Yeah.
And you didn't even let that shit breathe. I will give you credit. You were the vice president of the Basketball Association. And when Kyrie was going through his shit, I heard you stood 10 toes down on that, but you had the union behind you, backing you to do so. So my message, and then we can kind of move off this shit, or I'll give you a chance to come back in, Malcom. Jaylen Brown, you are 100% right. You are smart. Athletic is crazy. And I see you improve your game every year. You're starting to realize that this is a mental game being played on the court. We know your intelligence. You was a rich nigga before the NBA. Anything you put your mind to, money wasn't gonna be the issue. You dibbled and dabbled, one of them hoes or two, that's cool. That's a part of, listen, rich niggas gotta have some hobbies too. So you knocked down shorty, she was twice your age, but you didn't cuff her.
Yeah.
You didn't like,
Yeah.
yo, I'ma marry her. You played with it, got rid of it, beautiful. All of those things are correct. But you're fighting, this has always been my theme, you're fighting a system. And we gotta keep going at it. Yeah, but when Kanye looked behind him, there was nobody there. When Kyrie looked behind him, there was nobody there. You're gonna find yourself alone because when it comes to niggas and their money, they not trying to part with that. And once you get a bad reputation, they'll start trading your ass. So you'll be like a journeyman and shit. They'll start trading you all over the goddamn place. Right? So it's not what we do, it's how we do it. When you realize that you don't have to flex your intelligence wherever you go.
Huh? That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. There has to be because what I see him and you know this. A lot of smart people, when they know they're smart, and they know, like when you if you watch the Joe Budden podcast and you watch Malcom on the show, he knows he can run laps around them. So it comes off mean at a certain point. Like it comes off like you're bullying, like you're punching a kid in the face.
Yes.
When, like you're an adult. So when he does, when they describe him, that's kind of what I'm imagining. Like he knows he's like just running laps around these people when it comes to, intellect and stuff like that. And he doesn't want to turn it down because who wants to turn down their light, right? Why should I?
Right.
Why should I? But as you said, it's a system where they're looking for anything to use against you in the court of their law, right?
Because
go ahead. He has that Twitch channel, and he's talking on there, and they like as you mentioned, they're taking bits and pieces when you could not say anything, right? That's an option. But as he mentioned the other night, he said he does Twitch because they're creating these narratives, and he wants to show this is who I am. Right?
Understood.
So the give and take is there, but I think the underlying point that I want everybody who's listening to realize first, right? Sign a $300 million contract, amazing, right? Balling out of control. That is not enough to fight the NBA, ESPN, and all this conglomerates. Because we love to fight vicariously through these people. Kanye, you mentioned, whoever it is, we love it, and we say you got enough money to you could make your own league. You probably hear some of that stupid. You could make your own league.
Shit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reality is it's not. So I want him I hope he, I hope he goes to comes to Philly. I'm in Delaware now, so I hope he comes to Philly and does his thing and just kind
he
of
will.
silences it all. Yeah, and just kind of silences it all. But the landmines are there, and I hope he is, wise enough to see him. He plays chess. I hope he can see 3 and 4 moves ahead of what's happening.
Yes, great points. And I was to speak about the trolls who vicariously live through these. They get vicariously living through someone else's experience that they don't have to deal with the repercussions and consequences for.
Yeah.
They won't even go to their job and fight for the 10 employees there about the unequal pay or whatever they're going through. But they'll come online and he should, fuck that, because he shouldn't have to dim his light. No, he shouldn't. But in the way things are, now, how do we change the way things are? You got to keep pecking at it, but every man who steps up by himself is going to get knocked off. Maybe he gets a little closer, and until everybody bum rushes the system, this is what you're going to have. Side note, this guy, Michael Rubin, just did the all-white party out in the Hamptons this week, and it looked like everything is back to normal. Why? Because only 1 or 2 people stepped up to say something. They let all that shit simmer down because you're fighting a system. And you're fighting a system where the people that you are fighting for, Jaylen, you're fighting to represent the highest of the high of who we are. They don't give a fuck. That's the hard part about it. And they will throw your ass out there on a platter, use your shit to make content, and then move on. That's the sad part about it, right? At least I felt in the 60s, Muhammad Ali was fighting for his people. You see what I'm saying? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, they were fighting, and there was no social media and none of this craziness. They were fighting for something greater than themselves. Then they isolated them with this generation, give you all the money you want, all the fame, and have you forget about your people. So my brother Jaylen, whatever's next is next. Side note, they're playing 3 and 4 and 5 dimensional chess too, because they started using shit like analytics. That's up your field. They saying analytically, you ain't shit. They didn't say physically, because physically, even dumb niggas can see you nice. So what they did was, they put the ball in your court and moved the conversation to an intellectual level, talking about analytics. Analytically speaking, his minus plus when he is on the court is low. Derek White analytically had a better year. So they're isolating you from your people and making you fight a numbers game with them to prove a point that you can't prove, because men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So, and for them to trade you to Philly, first of all, they traded, what's the guy name? A.J. Brown from Philly to Boston, then traded Jaylen Brown from Boston to Philly. That's a part of the ritual too, right? Now you got 2 guys named Jaylen who are MVPs playing in Philadelphia. One who won the Super Bowl MVP named Jalen Hurts, and now one who won the Finals MVP named Jaylen Brown. Where do we go with this? These are all the little small pieces of the game that we don't put all of the shit together. So we just wanted to open up. Those were just my bullet points. All right? I could have went on in this shit on and on and on. But I just wanted to put that out there, the way things should be. Thanks. And the way there should never be slavery. Every person should have a fair opportunity. There should be no discrimination, none of that. I should get a fair trial in court. The way things are, we know it don't work that way, right? Yeah. So, anywho, Malcolm, you ready to move on?
Yeah, let's get to some more stuff.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
How y'all feeling out there? Y'all all right?
Y'all all right?
So, this story, the other day on June 30th, right? So there was a Florida woman who shot and killed a 62-year-old Army veteran, and they're saying it was over a parking spot. Now, did you see this video?
I did.
It's tough. It's tough.
Very
It's
tough.
Because not tough for the black woman, tough for that guy's family.
Yeah.
She presented the firearm. She retreated. She told him to not proceed. She retreated and she let it go because he proceeded to cut her personal space. And then in Florida, which is a stand your ground state, she retreated and still had to put him down. So everybody's sad. White people are sad. They said this is cold-blooded murder, this, that. But we just saw the dude Chow get off for chasing a dude. This was in what state was that in?
I think that was South Carolina.
Right. We saw him chase somebody, shoot him in the back, and he gets off. She told him to get back. She retreated herself. He proceeded after she told him not to, and he got clapped for it.
Yeah.
This is open and shut, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no charges have been filed. She was licensed to carry, one of them states. Yeah. She showed the weapon, so it wasn't concealed, and she gave him direct orders that he disrespected her. Maybe he felt, this is a black woman, I don't need to respect her. Just because he's an Army veteran don't mean he about a goddamn patriot in the sense that we are all equal. This is what I mean by the way things should be. We should respect everybody and the way things really are. She was some nigga who was trying to intimidate him, who was over in the trenches somewhere and had to fight. I can easily disarm her, and she clapped him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Condolences out to his family, because you don't want nobody to die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
However,
these conversations always get murky because, you're not looking for people to die, and you're not celebrating death either, right? But we have to just kind of, just talk about these situations as they come up, because I think they tell a larger story. One, how they're reported, and the reaction from the other side and how they even see it. Again, you calling this murder, but we'll call something else self-defense, or you call something else, if it was the other way around. Very telling. And somebody said in the chat that the DA is still going to press charges. I think anytime somebody loses their life,
they have to press charges.
They have to.
Right. Just as a formality. Yeah.
Right. But I think if this goes to court, once this is just kind of tried, it's clear as day. And if it's not, because you've already laid the precedence of what is supposed to be legal, especially in Florida, right? Especially with the stand your ground, right? Especially if they tell you that somebody is menacing, especially if they tell you that somebody is dangerous. He's an Army vet. She's not. Right? He is inherently dangerous. You get what I'm saying? He's a man, she's a woman. Right? All of these factors play in. And you've already showed us how you've previously ruled. So if this goes a different way, my God.
And Mega Bill said,
my God.
In the stand your ground state, there is no duty to retreat. I'm a firearms instructor. You ain't even got to retreat. But the fact that she did was giving grace. This is not something I want to do. Ascended Infinite Goddess said, play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Right? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially in a state like that. So we will keep our eye on this situation, because we know they're going to file charges just as a formality, and then it becomes, does it have any legs to stand on?
Absolutely.
You're listening to the sound.
I don't know if y'all can hear all the fire works in the background here. It is the 4th. It's the 250th anniversary of their freedom, not yours. And they never got free from England anyway. We'll save that for a whole nother day, but you know what's going on. What's his name? Kelce and Travis Scott and this girl, what's her name?
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift just got married at Madison Square Garden. All right, so they took over the whole garden.
Yeah, they and people were upset because they're saying like who the hell are you? You're not even from New York to come in and damn near shut the city down for your wedding. Like who the hell?
Yeah, but there's a lot going on in the city because the FIFA situation is picking up in the city. There's 250th anniversary of this country. There's so much going on at one time. Perfect time for alien invasion. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect time.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, so let's get to some more stuff.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Speaking of alien invasions and stuff, we had this on our list for a while, but they turned the CERN thing off. They turned it off, I think, for 4 years due to maintenance or something like that.
Yeah.
And
well,
what do you
first
think
of
that's
all,
about?
the shit ain't due to maintenance. That's the shit they telling you. They done turned this
For 4
CERN
years.
shit off. Now watch. I hear birds again. It's a weird thing. This whole. Let me just try to put this in a nutshell because somebody asked me about it. They done built this hydrogen collider 330 feet underground. You got your Masonic number. In Switzerland, it connects to somewhere else. And this shit is like 18 miles in circumference or something. And all they doing is smashing atoms to see the results and see, where this thing goes. There has to be effects. There's a cause and effect of everything. And so while they're spinning this energy, what entities, vortexes are opening? How many people get this ringing in their ear? There's so many layers to this shit that is crazy. Because they was looking for the God particle, and I believe they've finally been able to witness the bang, the Big Bang. Remember, as above, so below. So in the heavens, there's supposed to be a Big Bang that created everything, but when the sperm, under a microscope, penetrates the egg, the microscope used to go blind, where you couldn't see in it because that's God's creation, right? Mm-hmm. So now they have figured some of this out, antimatter, some other things, and they're going to be playing God. But you should be concerned.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. That was good.
You should use discernment.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Just throwing it out there. Throwing it out there. So now that they stopped for 4 years, somebody said the last time they stopped, that's when COVID and a whole bunch of other things went on, right? Because now the background noise has stopped and that void needs to be filled. But what does that void filled with? You know what I mean? And so you know the whole shit. You got to look over to see these particles to make them activate into something real. When you're not looking, they don't exist. So now we're not looking because of the energy moving forward. What will it bring about? Let's pay very close attention.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Yo, so they dropped the footage of Pooh Shiesty robbing Gucci Mane or making him sign the paperwork over. Did you see that?
I didn't see the footage. Tell me about it.
It's
I heard it
bad.
was
Like,
bad. Heard it was very bad.
They're pressing Gucci. Pooh Shiesty's pressing him about it. They pulled out the Draco on Gucci on camera. This is all being filmed. And yo, Pooh Shiesty, you talked about like these types of people, these types of energies where they just come, they burn out, and then it's like they have no problem. Like the warrior spirits of just crashing the hell out.
Yes.
And they don't care who they take down in the process. That's him to a T if I ever seen
Yes.
him.
He came here as a disruptor.
That is it.
And the
He don't care
things
about
that
nothing else.
scare you don't scare him. And don't make sense to you. Right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, did you think any of this through? No. Those are very dangerous people. Yeah. And them people live amongst us every day. I'm watching, sometimes, this is what you got to do. When you see all these wild out videos where we're on a cruise, it's an all-you-can-eat cruise, and they temporarily run out of crab legs, any logical person would just step to the side and say, all right, well, obviously it's an all-you-can-eat cruise. They're going to come out with even fresher crab legs, lady. No? Yeah. What the fuck's going on? And then they go and they grab over your hand the last 3 that's left, and you're like, God damn, you, what the fuck's wrong with you? You a savage? This is now a all blown out nigga moment. Yeah. But you didn't know that she was a burnout from another part of the galaxy who don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you in a 3-level fight because it triggered somebody else and some other 9 characters got triggered, and now 3 levels of people are fighting over crab legs that they were gonna bring out more of the crab legs, right? Yeah. Sometimes just turn the sound down and just watch the transaction of some of this shit. And you can see that these are zombies. These can't be real people. These can't be real people, and they're triggered by something totally different. This is the war that we are fighting. There's a cancer amongst us. We're going to talk about it when we talk about Young Miami and all of this other shit going on. We can't fight an open enemy when we're eroding from the inside. We eroding as a people, and I hate to say it because I too would like things to be this way. Right. But this is how they really are. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man. Yeah, so he's going to jail forever. Like, he's never given. Imagine, he just got out. Like, he had an ankle monitor on. Like,
they should do a college course on this goofy nigga. He should be a lesson. Yeah. This is what stupid niggas do.
Yeah.
And he had his father with him, Malcolm.
Yeah, he going to jail too.
That's like me and you, and I'm like, yeah, Malcolm, yeah. Handle your business, nigga. You know how I taught you. Wait, what?
The rumor is his mother just put up a sonogram picture. I think his mother is pregnant. Like, he had no chance. His mother's a bird. His dad is a bird. He's a bird. He
comes from a long line of birds, man.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yep.
Somebody said too many vaccines. That's funny.
That too. I believe it all.
Off topic. Where do you think LeBron goes?
Cleveland.
He's going back to Cleveland. Yeah, he's going back to Cleveland. All right.
First of all, let me say this. As a LeBron fan, but I'm not a LeBron stan, right? His stay in LA was terrible, right? I'm just gonna keep it a bean. He got the one title that they call the bubble title. Now, I give the title just as much credit as any other because had he lost, we would have never heard the end of it. This nigga can't even win a bubble title. But because he won, they moved the goalposts. It's not a real title. So he gets there, they do that. He gets injured the next year. People forget about that, right?
Yeah. Right.
The year after that, they were up 2-1 against Phoenix and missed the glass Anthony Davis gets injured. So they lose.
Right.
So they go on a series of losing seasons. And in my humble opinion, now the valuation of the organization went from $4 billion to $10 billion. So for those up in the executive room, they're very happy with LeBron's performance, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of winning, his game started being a lot of empty calories, just stats and numbers and numbers and stats, meaningless numbers and stats and stats. And so he will never be considered a Laker, but he wanted to move his family to LA. Understood.
It just didn't feel natural the entire time.
Right. The whole time it felt
It didn't feel
out of
natural.
place. Remember we talked about frequency? And when you are in your frequency, if he would have stayed in Cleveland or something like that, where his vibration, his roots are very strong, he might have 2 more titles by now. Mm-hmm. Just keeping it a bean, right?
Yeah.
He went on someone else's frequency. Magic, Kareem, Kobe.
Yeah.
And once the frequency becomes distorted, this is what you get. Now, if he goes back home to Cleveland as the prodigal son returns with the team that they have and they win a title, it may end greatly. But his time in LA, I don't care what nobody tell you, was a bunch of useless calories for me. 8 years, you know? Now,
I didn't realize
the
he was there that long.
Yeah, the shit he did for his son was beautiful. He didn't announce he wasn't coming back until they guaranteed his son's contract.
That's dope.
So the day after they guaranteed his son's contract, he was like, I want to inform y'all, I'm not coming back. That's dope. And people try to say LA didn't want him. Then why weren't they making those deals as soon as they had an opportunity to do it?
Yeah.
Why did they wait? Because they didn't want his damn son. They didn't have to do none of that if y'all wasn't bringing him back. Y'all actually thought he was going to come back. And so LeBron is the master at 4-dimensional chess. He controls his own destiny. With that, I have no problem with. But looking at the 8 years that he spent there.
You're right. You're right.
Not a good look.
It did not look. He does not look right in a Lakers jersey. Like
Yeah.
it just did not feel right. It didn't look right. So, so I'm glad he's in. But he's going back to Cleveland.
Yeah, he might go to
Okay.
LA. I mean, he might go to Golden State if they could have got Anthony Davis.
He's going to Cleveland. I'm telling you. But yo, what's up with Rich Paul making this a spectacle? Like, remember the decision, and that it feels like he's trying to do his own version of that with the whiteboard, and he's talking about he could have went to New York if they didn't win the title. He'd be there right now. Like, it's why
He's doing too much talking. See, this is what I mean. Everybody don't deserve a podcast, right? You dating, what's her name? What's the singer's name?
Adele.
Adele, you're the most dangerous man in the NBA right now because of independence, right? LeBron puts you in position to do this, but now there are a lot of people who don't want to deal with Clutch as an agency because they're getting the most for their artists. It's sort of like having Boris, the baseball agent, Scott Boris, as your agent. People hate Scott Boris, but he get the most money, right? The minute you start going on a podcast, remember, the longer you talk, the more space you open up to fuck up and say some shit you ain't supposed to say or something you can't roll back. And now you're doing this chart, this team might have, and LeBron needs to retire. I'm going to give him 1 year if he go to Cleveland. Maybe you close the chapter with a title, but then it's over, dude, because now you're chasing nothing. These 24, it reminds me of Jay-Z in the rap game, right? You a legend. You got all the stats, all this and that, but now you running against young dudes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they crossing you over. And so let it go. There's nothing else to prove. Yeah. You've done it all. Let it go. Unless you're trying to hang around until your other son gets in. And now this is getting raggedy. This nigga gonna be playing until he's 50. God damn. Right?
Yeah.
So let it go. That's all.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
You are tuned into the sounds of
Let's go
Urban
for a
X.
commercial break.
Yes, it is time for a quick commercial break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Let's
Don't
get
touch
to that.
down. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like
Please
button.
hit the like button.
As a woman of a certain age, there comes a time when our bodies begin to speak, to shift, to change, but not about something that's ending, but about becoming more aware, more attuned, more seasoned, and more aligned with our truth. Women are opening these pages and remembering themselves. This is more than a book. This is a return, a remembrance, a chrysalis opening. Living like a menopause goddess. And this is only the beginning.
I wish you loved yourself as much as getting likes on Facebook, as much as pizza or fried chicken, as much as smoking weed, as much as bacon. I wish you loved yourself as much as knowing what Beyonce and Jay-Z did last night, as much as playing head games, as much as getting the latest Jordans, as much as getting drunk, as much as waiting for something to happen.
Hello, wealthy family. This is Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, your favorite angel oracle. When was the last time you had a spiritual tune-up or felt truly aligned? All my angel services, whether it's an oracle card reading, chakra balancing session, or even mental healing sessions, are a channel to help provide you assistance on your journey. Whether you're looking for clarity, balance, or just direction, your journey is always evolving with every intentional decision. Connect with me today. Visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com, to see all services and availability, or call or text me at 786-828-8722. I'm so grateful to continue to be a vessel assisting you on your journey. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.
And we
are
back.
back. Thank you guys for joining us here.
Shout
on
out.
Friday night. We appreciate you.
Shout out
Right.
Yendez. The 3 people got their book, and what we did was we bought 3 additional books. So 6 people got books
Oh, nice.
from the Urban X family. That's how we show our support. And I see somebody said my book came today. I like it. Of course, Ascending Infinite Goddess in these trying times. Gonna put the eye on it for you. You know what I'm saying? Tabalik, my beautiful sister who deals with science. And she's got these wonderful body oils and deodorants and formulating vibes with a Z at the end of it. And of course, my man Ken with the music. He's like 75 years old or something, man. And to me, he's like a rock star, bro. He just does his music, gets around, rides his bike, lives a real free life. I love it. I love it.
Links in the chat.
Links are all in the chat. Thanks
Shout out
to Little Infinite.
Little Goddess.
Little Goddess.
Little guy.
I was going to say Little Infinite Tabalik / Ken Goddess. Yeah. Listen, when I screw your name up, you should take that as a compliment. That, you know, because I don't know half the time, you know, what I'm doing.
All right. Let's get to some other stuff.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
Now, you know, when you're on the air and you're promoting something, and if you don't disclose that you are an investor in it, it's not good.
Right.
Not good. Right? So apparently, Charlamagne Tha God is actually a secret investor in, he had a financial stake in the Roc Nation casino that he was pushing so hard for on the radio with Jay-Z and Roc Nation and all that stuff. Academics went on live the other day, I think that was last night, and exposed the whole thing, broke the story. And people are waiting, because I think Charlamagne's on vacation or something like that. So people are waiting for him to come back to explain himself. Because it's crazy, because people, you know, the Clippers, like, they're starting to pull together clips of him going real hard for this casino, talking about it's going to do good for New York City. And people are just like, well, it's already crowded. This is already one of the most dense cities in the world, not just the country, in the world, Craig. Like, what is
what you talking about, Craig? Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's talking about who else is going to invest that type of money into the city. And coming to find out, you had a financial stake. And he's on federal airwaves. He's on the radio.
But Malcolm, are you surprised?
Syndicated show. No, at all. Like, at all. I'm surprised that anybody else was surprised, to be honest with you.
Right. This is what they do now, Malcolm. That's what got Envy ass in trouble. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
Supporting his man's business as if it was a legitimate business and it was a goddamn Ponzi scheme. Using the federal airwaves, using your influence. There are a lot of podcasters who are being paid by these artists and these companies to promote narrative because they have figured out this is the new media. There is absolutely no way around it, right?
Yep.
So Charlamagne with these talking points, because he's trying to ensure his investment in this book, Malcolm. Because you know I like to show receipts. Damn, where is? Oh, there it is. So,
how many books you got?
Well, you know, Hip Hop Decoded. I wrote this 20 years ago. There is a chapter in there called Rhyme Space. And it talks about corporations sitting down with rappers like Jay-Z or the big ones and asking them to place their products within the rhyme. And the artist is saying, well, if it's at the beginning of the rhyme, it'll cost you this much. If it's in the middle of the rhyme, because we're talking about real estate in between here, if I do a drop on it or it's the punchline at the end, oh, that's going to cost you, right? So, and in doing so...
Or the chorus?
Say it again?
I said, or the chorus, my God.
Or the chorus, oh, forget it. Forget it, the chorus, that's something way out
Gin
the
and
stratosphere,
juice
right?
Pastor Cavassier, like...
Pastor Cavassier, and they didn't even get paid for that. They did that for free. They hustled backwards on that one, from what I understand. They did it and was hoping Cavassier jumped on it. And they was like, oh, no, we good, right? Where the other way is usually rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back. Seagram's was the company that owned that record company that they was singing about. Okay? So gin and juice became an immediate endorsement and commercial for them to blow up. Right? Genius.
Yeah.
Jay-Z is so smart. And him and his crew, not just him, Diddy and them, but because he is the architect of the rhyme, he knows And then that's insider trading, because if I paid you $100,000 to say that, and I know your influence is exponential, that's insider trading.
Yeah.
Within the rhyme itself. Now, because I am on the air and I'm an on-air personality and I have a voice, if I invest my own money and I push it, it's insider trading. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And now it is being exposed on a whole nother level. So it's going to be interesting to see how these things work out. You know?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm curious to see what his excuse is going to be, because he is and talking about Charlamagne, a master at deflection, a master at...
Yes, he's gotten very good at it.
Yo, oh my God. Like, he will look at you in the face and, through the camera and tell you exactly what you just heard is not what you heard.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, it's incredible. And I'm not going to lie, the fact that with all the allegations about him, he's able to get this far...
What does it tell you? It tells you that they see him currently as an asset to what it is that they're doing, because they would have been let him go. They would have been let his ass go. They can find a nigga to talk shit on the radio anywhere.
Yeah.
Something about him. Right? That, something about how they got DJ Envy out of that mess.
Yo, you don't hear about that at all.
No. That shit just water under the bridge now. And you used your platform. I still go back to, I think it was Joe Buttons was like, yo, that shit is a scam. When he was on the air trying to sell him on that shit, he's like, nah, son, that shit don't sound right. That shit is a scam. One of them, and it come out to be true.
Speaking of Joe Budden, so one of his Patreon tiers is $500 a month for now. And that is to give people the permission to clip up his content, to share it, or to make content on it, right? So, because what was happening, he has all these shows, they have Reddit communities, they have Twitter communities or X communities, stuff like that, where people are stretching the content, right? So people are talking about segments that happen on the show. They're talking about little behind the scenes stuff. Yo, what did Joe look at Ice like that for, and stuff like that. Now what he's doing, he is trying to get a piece of all of that. Before it was free promotion. Now he is charging $500 a month for people to even eat off of his show. And people are not happy about it.
I think it's the next level of it. If he owns his IP, because soon they're going to make it illegal for you to chop up other people's shit. It's this dude on social media, Mac. You know him. It's a dark-skinned dude. He wear glasses. All he do is talk about other people's shit all day.
Yeah.
I know you know who I'm talking about. Look a little heavy set.
Yeah.
Dude, all he do is say, yo, did you hear what Joe Budden say? Yo, did you hear what this one said? And he replay it and give his opinion. Dude, he does no work. Yeah. It's the easiest piece of money. Soon, they're going to be like, yo, this, you're going to see that little sticker. The copyright information, blah, 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 blah. You cannot. However, for $500 a month, I'll give you exclusive rights to chop my shit up. I like it.
You might be on something.
I like it.
Yeah, the JBP community website, because I think they're getting away with Twitter. They're doing away with Twitter Spaces. So the rumor is that his business partner, Ian, right, Joe's business partner, spoke to other creators who are in the Joe Budden community, like, you know, the content creators, and said, like, yo, like, what's your take? How do you do this? How do you do that? Collected all that information and then made their own website, and then now it's charging them $500 a month for it. So people are not happy. Not happy at all.
They're not happy, but let's see how many people pay that $500 a month.
Oh, wait, are you talking about, you said the dark skin, you talking about Poetic Flacco?
I don't know the nigga name.
Okay,
he wear glasses, and he come on and he always got something to say about what somebody else already goddamn said. How about that? His whole shit is to say what's already been said.
Yeah.
And he got more goddamn followers than I do.
Yeah. I think you took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. He'll put his picture up soon. That motherfucker.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get this.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
It was crazy. I actually watched his channel because, like, he posts so much about like stuff like people I just normally wouldn't watch. So that's how I kind of know what's going on in that side of it.
No, he got me too. But I'm what do you do, nigga?
Yeah.
Like, what's your talent or skill? Or is it just to reiterate what somebody else has already said? I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah.
This nigga. Nope, not him.
Not him.
Not
That's
him.
not him?
Nope.
Oh.
It's another nigga with glasses. It's a nigga with glasses.
That's not it. Okay.
It's another nigga. It's a bunch of these niggas out here.
Yeah. Yo, there's podcasting about podcasting.
Yeah.
Like there's shows that only talk about what just happened. Like, it's insane. Like this other dude, the Stop, Danny from the Stop. He actually went to Old Westbury, where I went to school. So shout out to him. But I think he's older than me. But yeah, interesting
shit. Let's get those likes up.
Hit the like button. Yeah, what you think about the India.Arie, Young Miami discourse happening right now?
India.Arie is upset because the song, the song, spend that money, get that cash, we about to shake some ass, credit cards, scheming right, get that money, bitches all night, bust them bottles. I'm paraphrasing, but keep on boosting, get that cat. It's one of the most low vibrational songs I've heard in a long time. Now, backstory. Young Miami's moms went to jail for this same shit.
Okay.
And she killed somebody.
Oh.
All right?
I didn't know that.
Her mom's was a booster, and her husband or whatever, they used to go to the mall and boost. And one time, I think the cops was on their ass, and they ran over a lady and killed her.
Oh,
her mother did time for that shit. And now you come out with a song glorifying this shit. Now, watch this. From an executive standpoint, right? I keep telling y'all niggas. In 94, this is my smart ass fucking with dumb niggas, right? I put out an album called A&R Killer, the hip hop play, right? A&R stands for artist and repertoire. These individuals at these labels who know nothing about our culture but are exploiting it, we need to kill these niggas. We sent bullets with engraved A&R Killer to every record label, right? My cousin Van says, all right, well, give me a couple of copies. I'm gonna hit the streets and see what the people are saying. We hit the streets handing out the A&R Killer. First of all, niggas, not through no fault of their own, saw A&R and thought I was talking about an actual AR. AR-15 or something, right? And they said, AR killers, that's the shit I'm talking about. Let's get this shit, start spraying the streets on these niggas. Fuck that shit. Get my money. Then they popped the shit in and pressed play, and I was giving a speech about some shit they knew nothing about, the industry, and it needs to change, and the whole shit was a play about getting a record deal. And them niggas said, what the fuck is your cousin talking about, man? They was like, this is the wackest shit I have ever heard. Right? Now, look at the backdrop. This is 94. Nas had just dropped Illmatic. Right? The whole shit was changing from concept albums like De La Soul and all of that to straight street talk. I didn't know my product. I didn't know my audience. I say all of that to say this. Young Miami has her finger on the pulse of her audience. Her audience is filled of boosters, scammers, credit card schemers, Dubai travelers, fur bag stealing, 3 nigga fucking at the same time. That's their audience. So in that sense, her song was brilliant. It's beautiful. Now, I'm not gonna be hypocritical. I'm speaking from a 58-year-old man's perspective. When I was 18 and I heard bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, lick up the nut and suck the dick, I wasn't thinking about all the moral implications and what it was doing to future generations. I'm just being fair. I'm just being fair, right?
Right.
As a 58-year-old, I can look back and go, oh, damn. To the window, to the wall, to the sweat drop off my balls. Oh, I came in the club with my dick in my hand. Be cool. Don't move, bitch. Some of the shit, right, that we was, Cabbage Patch and Jews shit. So this shit, it just repeats itself. And now India.Arie, who's probably, no, she's dead ass right. They're both right. India.Arie is an older spiritual Nubian queen and all that shit. And she's looking, well, she's looking at the landscape of the way women should act. And this is out of pocket. She should be burning incense and, listening to, Nubian queen music and shit. No, these hoes don't want to hear that. This is Jaylen Brown, right? As Irie telling niggas what they need to be doing. Fuck you smart Nubian bitch. We down here partying, having a good fucking time, because we gonna get that money. And these fucking YNs and all that, they will attack her.
Yes.
To the point where she like, am I wrong? Yes, Irie, you are wrong. Yes. Go get that money, girl. Even you, with your Nubian ass, you can walk into any goddamn establishment right now and they won't even look your way because they know it's against your principles to steal and scam. But if you was throwing shit in your bag, you'd get over. No, okay. But you understand the point I'm trying to make? No. You're fighting uphill against people who have created an entire life on low vibrational scam, get that money shit.
I don't know what I was. I feel like I was shocked that this is the song she picked to kind of speak out about. Like, there's been like WAP was worse. Like, I don't know if this was like the one to go. All right.
I think she was at the BET Awards, and the song was being performed there. So I think she gazed out into the audience and said, "What the fuck is going on?" That's what I think it was. So I don't think she just randomly picked that song, because like you said, WAP and all these other songs, know your audience. All you super intelligent Hotep niggas is mad because ain't nobody buying your records, because nobody want to hear that smart shit. Niggas want to hear the emotional grind shit. They just do. You can call it any way you want to. They want to hear what vibrates within their world. And it's a great audience. Put it like this. Would you say there's more high vibrational, high frequency thinkers in your community, or people who just trying to survive? People who are dealing in fear, people who got pain, people who need money, people who breaking up with their wives, people who are alcoholics, people who need another job, people who want to kill their boss. It's more people in that realm than those who are highly intellectual, dealing in the chakras and all of this old shit. No, your music has to echo the people who are there to receive it. It's not fair, but it is the way it is. I spent a lot of my time trying to be a super articulate rhyme scheme nigga, right? And there was a time for that because I'm dating myself. I'm talking Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap. When lyrics, Lord Finesse, Percy P, when it really was just in an aspect about lyrics to an era where we party and we bullshit now, and none of that shit matter.
Right.
None of that shit. It's the world we live in. Again, the way we want things to be, we want our music to be intelligent, enlightening, teachable, all of that. But the way things are, shop that cash, get that money. That's the reality of the world we live in. You can take it or you can leave it. The problem, well, not even the problem, I'm not confused. So I don't get caught between, I stay connected to the people and I know what the people think and they feel.
Yeah.
Right? I choose to, carry myself a certain way, but I ain't never disconnected from the energy field that is my people and the real struggles that they're facing.
Yeah. Right. True.
No.
Okay. Speaking of Young Miami, apparently Trump is considering granting Diddy clemency.
That's what I'm hearing. I thought he was going to be released tonight for the 4th. That's what I'm hearing. And I wouldn't be surprised. But what does it mean? What does it mean in this situation now? Is he damaged goods? Can he put the shit back in the horse? Does he still have connections?
I think what's gonna happen, they're gonna let him out underneath everything, something's happening, and hip hop is going to embrace him with open arms. It's gonna happen.
I can believe that because of everything I just said.
Yep,
he represents the grimy against the system. He did that shit. He popping bottles. He living the biggest life and the best life ever. Yeah, he did some gay shit, but it's Hollywood. Everybody gay sometime. So he did some of that shit. And, but so what? This is still that nigga. When poverty is your religion, money is your God. So as long as he can flash a few dollars like he's still getting it, that's all that matters. People don't study for the test. They want the answers to the test. The answers to the test is, look at this load of cash. Okay, I don't need to know how you got it, all the principles, sacrifice. I don't need to know all of that. Side note, somebody in our comment section made a very good point about Jay-Z. They said he's aloof, meaning he is still on an old paradigm. This social media is the new media. He never participated with it. He stayed outside of social media. Not saying he wasn't peeking in, but he didn't do interviews with a lot of the podcasts. He didn't do collaborations with a lot of the new generation. And so there's a disconnect. He's still on that Michael Jackson, Prince shit where obscurity or not being accessible was the power. That is no longer the power in an age of social media when everybody's being social. The operative word is social.
Yeah.
Right?
I've always said he would if him or Beyonce went on to the Drink Champs or something and just legit let their hair down, no pun intended, break the internet.
Yes.
Legit. Break the internet. Just talk. Just drink, kick it, laugh.
Yes. But because they're still on that, we are inaccessible to you. Look at what Nas did. He made a song about all the women in hip hop. Dope. Then he sent them all flowers. You see what I'm saying? So all these women, Pebbly Pooh, Sha Rock, Shantae, all of them got big bouquets of flowers. That's connected to the people, however you want to look. Nas was all over 50 years of hip hop. Jay-Z would have did a lot for his image had he took that position. I told you when he introduced the Furious Five, the first hip-hop group to make the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he introduced them. He never even came backstage to shake their hand and congratulate them. That's not good for business. That means you are above us. That worked. I want to be clear because I got to walk this shit down for dumb niggas. Before social media, that made all the sense in the world. You show up when you do. In the age of social media, where I got as much power as somebody on TV, that does not fly. Right. Doing some shit with HBO and some little 12-year-old kid in Time magazine, that's old paradigm. You and Rick Rubin doing an 8-series part for HBO, no. You supposed to make the social media rounds. Let your hair down. Show that you a regular person, because that's what your ops did. And that's why your ops stay connected to the streets, and the people love your ops because your ops were accessible. Just my humble opinion, and the opinion of one of our beautiful fans who are, So
appreciate you. All right.
You're
Let's take
listening
some
to the
questions.
sounds of Urban X.
It's Friday. I'm about to go watch Raising Kanan.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat and those who show support for what it is that we do here.
Absolutely, and thank you. I'll always get cash apps, and I always see them after the show. We
Yes,
appreciate
Darius, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Because I don't be, focused on that aspect of my phone at the time. So we thank you. Any more stories? Because we can get out of here, man. I think we bodied this tonight.
I think so too. We got other, really just.
But we got stuff we can get to that Monday.
We do have a Monday show. We do.
Yeah, that's what Monday's about. For
right.
members, though.
Cool.
For members.
Members only.
Members
so
only.
Join the membership. UrbanX.NYC. $10
Yes.
a month. We appreciate you.
$10.
Right.
And you know we're not getting rich off the $10, bro. It's $10.
$10, man.
Jeez.
Let's keep the lights on around here. You got lights.
That's it.
Keep
And
these
you can
mics
call
working.
in on that show. You can call in, give us your opinion on stuff. We generally try to take a topic that relates to things we going through, and we're here for you. This is show 558.
Say that.
So when you come at us, we're not Johnny-come-lately podcasters. We was doing this before it was cool. All right? Before it was even profitable. We were out here sharing our voice with you. You know?
Right. So with that being said,
With that being said,
we will see you on Monday. Have a great, safe 4th of July weekend. If you're
Yes.
celebrating, all right? Spend some time with your fam,
yep.
and we'll see you guys.
Peace.